Next zone, he's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Marshall, the intended receiver. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, give up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. Yards still left on 2nd down. They'll throw again from their own end zone. And he is going to go down for the 5th time tonight. And this one is going to be a safety. Well, this whole line, they've had trouble with a pass rush all game long. This time it cost them 2 points.
I mean, you've got a quarterback back there who's running for his life, and he's had no time to throw the football. They've sacked him time and again, and this time they do it in the end zone.
You said it, partner. No time, none whatsoever. This is taken at about the 14. And he is out of bounds, getting it across the 30-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
2nd down following the run.
Strong right. Under. Force. Come on now, let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
They'll try and get it with Forte. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1, you know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a 1st down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Marshall. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They got the completion, but they didn't get the first down. So you got to think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're pretty happy with what you just accomplished there.
Yeah, guy, like you said, got him out of bounds, stopped the clock, kept him short of the marker. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. It's a 4-receiver look to the right side. 4th down, Fitzpatrick. It's caught. Tompkins. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. The Tide Bulls tried it, went for it, but it didn't pay off. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. The offense certainly looking to score some points, but they also need ball security here late as we get down to the final moments of this one. They come out here in the eye. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. Fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical. Spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Around 2 minutes to go, and if the D can hold them, that'll end this one.
We always think about the offense attacking. In this case, I'm looking for the defense to do the same.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. He finds his man. It's Austin. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack. And now they're in the hurry-up. They'll look to throw. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 17 yards on the pickup. And that'll make it 3rd down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Back to throw. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very...
Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And now the Jets are going to burn another timeout. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the fourth quarter.
And now we've got a tie game after that touchdown. And you and I both know what that means. Extra point in this situation, this little time left takes on some extra emphasis, doesn't it?
It does indeed. Now inside the final minute, can they get it and hold on? So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The New York set to take the field. They, of course, tie game, would like to avoid overtime if they could.
And a lot of people would go ahead and play it safe here and get to overtime and try and win it there. But, you know, sitting up here in the booth,
take some gambles.
I say let's go for this thing, try and push it, and maybe catch the defense back on their heels a bit.
See if they do that. Second down here after the incomplete pass. Fitzpatrick to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now. Now Fitzpatrick. Right back for Marshall. This time it's complete. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Here's Goff. Over the middle, he hits Austin. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there, a 22. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watching that body. All right, here we go. 319. 319.
Goff. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. Now Goff. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. And he's in for the touchdown.
You fucking bum, all me, you fucking bum, and I recorded it. And my camera review was fucked up. And I couldn't fix it, and I still bust that ass. Fucking bum, I own you.
2017 Chevy Equinox for around $199 a month. Visit